Alright, so today, kind of a special thing. It is not a Robin VOD. It is Lemon. Lemon has made a return. I've been requested to do a VOD review of their set versus Shampoo at GTG4. And we're going to kind of get right into this. So, I mean, it's DDD. As funny as it is to say that he's #1 character in the game, he's not. And Corrin's pretty good. Um, dealing with Sortie, got pinned, it's really annoying to kind of deal with. Half Corrin's kick can bounce back Gordo just by throwing out the A button. Nothing really crazy. Like, this is just like a straight up, just like a -1 for King DDD. I don't see it being like anything worse than that, unless like there's some weird like cheese that is matchup specific that's happening. But yeah, no, this should just be like a -1 for DDD. So let's go ahead and see what we got.
3, 2, 1, go!
Let's see. Good F tilt. Outright, just the falling up air. Some nice Gordo play. Dash attack since that way. Okay. Nair. Back throw. Okay. Nair, fair. I don't know if that was necessarily true. I don't think this last one should be true. You might have been able to act out that last one, like it by the last fair, but I don't know. DD's really big. Cool. Okay. First off, nice, good idea. Right there, you probably could have hit them with something. You could have tried to like the fast fall Nair into the up air, because I know that's a kill confirm. But if you want to follow this idea of like you know how core and neutral B reflected works, or it's going to send, which is what you do, right? Just dash attack. Why would you run up and down tilt? Right? Just dash attack that. They get a good tech roll, but just dash attack. You probably could have hit. You probably could have gone with dash attack before they landed and tech rolled. So, just a thought. Optimizing stuff. Let's see. So here's an interesting thing. This is an interesting little interaction here. So right now you've got center stage. You're putting Shampoo in the corner. You Gordo. They run up shield and they roll back. You inhale. I don't hate this inhale. This is an okay inhale. They go for F smash, right? Very clearly they're a little too far away. So then you like jump back a little bit, Gordo, right? And then you do the same thing again. But this time they hit you. So I think what's important to know is that in situations like this where like people are like repeating moves, you gotta mix it up, right? Like if you're both just repeating moves, then eventually one of you is gonna like space things better. And inhale does not beat core and F smash. Also, other thing you could do, right? You threw this quarter out. You already kind of know that. This might be a little hard, but like later in the set, like let's say like you really know that Shampoo likes to roll back out of those Gordos, because this happens twice in a row in like the span of like 10 seconds, right? You could go, okay, you're gonna roll back, run up dash attack, right? Or you want to cover like maybe just I don't know. You could just you can't Gordo again. No, you could just run up and dash attack as like you're punished for that. Like, oh, you're gonna roll back after you shield my Gordo, right? So, and then you would have gotten the kill there. But I digress. Then you get F smashed. Okay. Yep, and that's what I was talking about. Corrin just kind of presses the A button and bounces Gordo back for free. Like, that Nair is so free. Like, covers all around Corrin. It's really annoying. Okay, good job getting that first stock. Just side B again. I think that if you think your opponent's going to try to like for example, right? You Gordo, you have plenty of time to react. It's like, okay, do I think my opponent's gonna hit this back, right? And they've been nairing it a lot, especially like in the past, like what 20 seconds they've been nairing it back, right? Just side B again, right? I think you jump up and I want to say you're trying to inhale. Right, I think you're gonna inhale there. Let me like go back a couple frames. Oh, I'm going forward a couple frames. Let me go back a couple frames. Like, I think you want to inhale there. That or you're just like jumping. No, I think you're about to inhale, or maybe you're about to forward air or something. I don't know. Maybe I don't think you're about to side B though, because like side B, like he'll just catch it and just throw it back. Like it's like, and you know that. So maybe sometimes side B to get to send Gordo back is like a good answer for people like playing the Gordo volley. So just a thought. Okay. Okay, I want to talk about this. So, let's see. You get this up tilt, right? You go for your up air. It's not true, though, right? Like, you're going on based off of your opponent doesn't press a button. And I don't know if there is like a window where like that up tilt up air is true, but like if it's not true, then like going for the up air is kind of a hard commit, right? So they air dodge through it, right? And then they looks like they probably tried to like fall off in fair, but they landed and they jabbed, recognizing that they're probably gonna shield afterwards, and like that inhale covers like basically everything on the platform is good. So you do good there, and then you go for that back air, right? And like I understand that like um the idea is that you're covering at least one of these options, right? And that they're not expecting it, and they're gonna get hit by this back air. But where you aimed the back air doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Like you're like if you're going specifically for coverage stuff, right? Like this specifically covers them jumping, and only if you time it perfectly, right? Because like there's a good chance that like you go for this and they do jump, and they're just like up here above where that back air hitbox is gonna hit, right? So if I were you, whenever like you know this might have just been like you didn't time things correctly, right? But if you're gonna go like back air somebody for like in like landing on the platform after inhale, I would like back air like the platform itself right here, so it catches them if they do nothing. If they shield, it's whatever. If they roll, it probably will still catch them. And then if they go to fall through the plat, which is what happens here, right? Just thinking of option coverage standpoint, it would have covered there. Other thing you can do, if you want to just like kind of cover the plat, like you just inhale, you shot them out, right? You could probably Gordo, right? Because they're already mashing and trying to land, right? Gordos will kind of activate after they've already thrown out their hitbox, and unless they're like a super masher character that can mash twice, then maybe don't throw Gordo. But that's just ideas to like cover the platform, cover options, so make it less committal. It's it's small things like this that help really improve your advantage state out, um, and can like really like make your opponent feel like that pressure. And then we see another F smash beat inhale. Why did you inhale there? Genuine question. Like, if your opponent's going to dash in, you don't always just have to go for inhale, right? This only covers if they dash in and shield. Um, you should probably just down tilt, or yeah, just down tilt, right? Like I guess you got the right call of like they are going to dash up and shield, but um, like be careful, right? because like they have to dash really far up to shield and be like in this spot, right? But if you inhaled, let's say like right here, and they dashed up, then you would have easily gotten them. So keep in mind, like we can see, like there's still the dash clouds, right? Like if someone's gonna dash, right? Keep in mind like how big their dash is, right? Because that was like a dash shield that was only from like here to here, right? It wasn't anywhere close to here. They'd have to be like continuously dashing and like holding that dash forward, but they can just react to go, oh, my opponent is trying to inhale and they messed up. And because inhale has a lot of end lag, I got a free tipper F smash. So keep that in mind when you decide to inhale. Like and like call out people run up and shielding, make sure that you're gonna actually cover the like their dash into that shield or their dash shield like area. And see, there's that up tilt into the up air again, right? Like I get it, like you can catch people off guard by doing that. Right, like you can catch some people off guard, but this guy's clear. Just gonna keep pressing buttons, right? Like instead of going for that, try to see if you can call out the jump, right? And I know you like calling out jumps, just from like how I've played you before, but like you don't have the vertical burst range to necessarily call out jump there. Um, so I would say just kind of like empty hop, see if you can bait on an air dodge or something, and then try to catch the landing with your up tilt because you have a very good up tilt and to like use to catch landings. So, and then one other thing here, right, is this little sequence that happens here. Forward air's good there, right? And you know you can't get much off of it, so you give up a tiny little bit of space and you go for Gordo. That's fine, right? But you kind of default to like inhaling Gordo, right? And I'm not gonna say it's necessarily a bad option to like do that to third Gordo out better, but you can also just side B again, right? Like, because um, let's say that they try to hit it back. I feel like side B again does a much better job at like throwing Gordo back. Plus, there's a lot less end lag, or it doesn't put you in as precarious of a situation, I believe, compared to doing this like inhale stuff, right? Okay, let me just go back. So forward air, you Gordo, right? It's not going as far as you want, but instead of like specific, like you could like stay grounded and do side B whenever Gordo lands again. And that would kind of help you push Gordo forward. Other thing you can do, right, is Gordo's already up here in the air. It's already kind of covering like this little space it's going to bounce into. You could just run up, grab, or run up, do a down tilt or whatever, right? You have Gordo helping to protect you and forcing them to like wait and like pick specific options to deal with Gordo and you, right? Instead of just dealing with one or the other. So, um, yeah. And then be careful of just like shield because you shield typically after like you whiff, right? So there's that. You Gordo, you whiff Gordo, flicker shield, right? You throw the forward air out, flicker shield. They didn't catch on to it right here. They just go in and like try to fair you, but it's tough to keep in mind. Good parry. There's that shield flicker again, right? This time you mix up and you step back to F tilt, which I think is really good. Good bait. And then Jet Hammer is such a commitment. I think there are some characters with Jet Hammer absolutely you should do like every time. Like this works great against them. I don't think Corn's one of them. Let's see. Did you go to release? Yep, you went to release it and you lost the armor. Right. No, you went to turn around. Do you not? I thought you had armor on that. I don't know. That's a situation for you to figure out. Of why that loses, or like you might already know like why you might lose there, and why instead of having the jet hammer armor through. I think you had to release the jet hammer to make it have the armor right, and I think that here you're just trying to turn around again. Because obviously they're going to go on the other side of you, right? So, and you just turned around, so yeah, that's hard. Is what it is. Nice. See, there's that thing where it's like he's just gonna nair, right? And that's gonna beat Gordo every time. So if you're throwing out Gordo, right, like that, and you're trying and like you know there's a good chance he's gonna nair, just side B. Because if you side beat that and he's gonna get caught by Gordo landing, because you recon and he's not ready for it. Me and the boys shielding after whiffing. Okay, then you up B, get back. I thought that was gonna kill. He's Corrin off stage. Unless you have a... There are some characters where like your downer actually can spike Corrin like very consistently whenever they go low. I know that because Robin's one of them, which is really funny. But like otherwise, like just kind of like throw something out there. Like use your Gordo to kind of apply pressure off stage, but like I wouldn't really recommend going out there. You really do just kind of have to ledge trap Corrin for the most part. So right, like right there, you could have Gordoed, would have covered a lot of stuff, or you run down. Now I'm not saying exactly like what you did was bad. I think you could have optimized it a little more, and it's all these optimizations that kind of matter. My goodness, one frame at a time. I should have just went back 5 seconds. Okay, so like you just jumped around a lot, and now you're gonna land trying to ledge trap. At this point, right, as you're throwing that Gordo out, it is very easy. Like he can make a move, right? He can already get up attack, roll, whatever, right? You're too late at this point to Gordo. You just need to wait, and try to ledge trap organically. Now he plays patient. That up tilt hit shield was just really crazy. He doesn't roll. Jumps, pins, whatever. Okay, gets out of the corner. Yikes. I don't think I need to explain that. That was a bad inhale, right? You just throw these things out, and you really want to inhale, but like you don't have enough time to fall and grab that to inhale it. And then on reaction just goes, oh, you're there? My F smash will kill you. Boom. So be careful about that. Oof. Nice. Nice. Good shot. Okay, stall out. Unfortunate. See, hold on. I know I talked about covering like the ledge or like the plat better. That's fine, right? Like you cover basically any missed text there, and then like you up tilt, like you are like you have enough time to do that for whatever reason, from what I can tell. And there's not really much that they can do about it unless they maybe if they countered, but yeah, people should be put in situations like that on the plats where they're just like it's a lose-lose situation where or like a 50-50, right? Or you know, it's hard for them to deal with it, and GG's got the tools to make that happen. So that was good. With that interaction. Let's see. Down tilt. Cover the roll in. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Dash attack too early, get clipped up, you get or you take a fair. You see, here's that landing and like shield, or like you do something and you shield moment, right? Like, what happens if you just like right now, right? You're fast falling airing here. Okay. And then you shield, right? You shield after like everything. What if you just didn't shield here, right? What if you just stood there? See what he's gonna do. Right? He's dashing back and forth on the platform. He is scared for his life, and you just like fall down shield, right? You could have like walked forward over here. Now you're like almost under him, right? I guess in this case, it goes for that. But be careful with with like how much you're shielding after you do stuff. You could There's so many other things you can do. Like worst case, you can take space. Wow. Yep. He baited you there. Don't get hit by that. I want to say this is very unfortunate. Wow, this animation plays for a lot of frames, doesn't it? Okay, you are at 118. Oh, that is unfortunate. You back here a little too early. That or like um, you're like a frame or two off from actually being able to hit him with that. You know, you were just slightly too high to hit him with that, and then boom. All right. Uh, Game two. Small battlefield. I feel like it's a fine stage. Hollow Bastion. It's bigger stage. You die less early. It's probably a fine pick. I don't see anything glaringly wrong with it. Um, Corn. Okay. So here we are, game two.
3, 2, 1, go!
Pivot F tilt. Okay. Nice. There it is again, right? You got to be careful, like, with how frequently you turn around, because it's very easy for your opponent to just, like, change up which side of you they're on. So, like, throwing out the hammer can be very difficult to, like, hit it in the right direction. And then, like, as you're trying to turn around, they just hit you, and then they start to combo you. I don't hate this play. I think you wanted to turn and do it the other direction, or you wanted to hard cover the left side of the plat. I think if you face the right side, you're a bit better off, but um, or if you up smash there, you might be a bit better off. But it is what it is. There we go. Nice. You should know how your Gordo sends people up. Like if they get hit by Gordo in that situation, you should know, or at least have a pretty good idea of where they're gonna get sent. Because like you get the Gordo here, maybe you just released it too late, and like that would have hit if you released it right then, but you didn't. So either be ready to hit that jump release, or have better reaction time on when people are going to get hit by Gordo, right? You don't necessarily have to throw it out when you see someone get hit by Gordo. You just have to go, this person's good. If they do a move, they're going to get hit by Gordo at this time, right? Same thing with like my arc fires, right? If I throw an arc fire somewhere, I don't necessarily need to know that they or like react to when they get hit by arc fire to hit my confirm. It's just if they get hit by it, this is where I do my back air. This is where I do my F smash or my up smash or whatever. So and like right now you're charging that move. Your only other option, like your only option, is to release it or to throw it, like or to get hit. So I mean, might as well throw it out and see if it works. So just my 2 cents. That was a hot parry. That was cool. Wow, he really got hit by that. I'll be darned. We take this. Yep. Corn pin. Nice. Maybe that doesn't work on Corn. That's something you're gonna have to figure out. Nice. That was a lot cleaner. One thing I want to note is that I know you're getting a lot of mileage off of your landing nairs at disadvantage right now, but earlier on the set you were getting punished a lot for trying to like fight your way out of disadvantage, like as you were landing, and or like there was one time where like you air dodged and like you were just charging S smash because like it beats both of those. So just be really careful about that, and we'll see if something happens with that later in the set. Okay, 1-1. Where are we going? Small battlefield. Okay. Okay. That's very unfortunate. Like, you Gordo. I don't know if you meant to get Gordo here, if you meant to like get him for shielding, but either way, that happens, right? And so you can create this cool 50-50 where after you hit them with that Gordo, you can either grab them or you do your down tilt, right? And so I know most DD just kind of opt for down tilt, but like mix that grab in there. It's at 6.3%. Surely DD can get something off of a grab. See, there's that fighting at disadvantage, right? Like, I understand. Like, you're a bad character, you want to fight at disadvantage, just go to ledge. Just go to ledge. There are some times where you should fight at disadvantage, but, like, against a sword character that's going to outrange you, you're going to whiff like that, and it just, like, feels really bad. So, just go to ledge. I have to tell myself that all the time, so I get it. Be careful, you're jumping from ledge a lot. Just be careful. See, there it is again, right? If they're going to get hit by Gordo, right, know when to release that for if they get hit by Gordo. Because then you just kind of hold that charge and then you get hit for like 5%, you hold the L. I think you're dead. You're not dead. I'm impressed. That's unfortunate. That did not hit. Hold on. Wow. How close was that to hitting? Also, there's that shield again. Shield flicker. You know, I'm just as confused as you are. Pulling these characters higher on the tier list, so that's why that you lost there. Good F tilt. You know, I don't hate this. Like that Goro sets up to do that, like he's shielding, and you're like, all right, I'm gonna inhale, but the Goro doesn't move far enough to like trap him and shield, and then you end up having this situation happen. So, just something to think about. Okay, now you're in the corner against Corin, which is really hard. Nair it that way, we take those. You know, I really do think you should just like ledge trap, right? Like that down air's not hitting any day of the week. You're DDD, and like you need to get more left and right than you do up and down. Because like up and down, like vertically, DDD's got really good fastball, so you're okay. But like the side to sides really is what's going to kill you, and trying to get that spike there. So I would just ledge trap. That or like go for like spiking like down here, like hitting them right there. So. And he loses to that F smash again. You get back aired for that? You're fighting out at a disadvantage too much. They called you out for, I mean, even if you forward aired or like nair to there or whatever, like you're getting called out. So, unfortunate, but gotta be careful. I don't think nair would have lost because you would have fast fell with it, right? Yeah, but forward air, you still would have probably lost there. Just because of the disjoint with that. After watching this, you just really want to hit him really badly. Like, you're going for these, like, back airs that, like, I think, I want to say they're auto-canceling, right? And then, like, you want to inhale, and, like, all he has to really do is wait, right? Back air, Gordo. I go for that up tilt, back air, inhale, right? Like, he's a little too far to punish that this time with, like, his, F smash, but I mean, you probably could have like used the win box to fair you. But you know, like play it, be a little slower. You don't have to mash just because like he's got a lot of like kind of lagless aerials. So like, yeah. Okay. If that's not true, I don't know why you necessarily go for that. Get some pummels, send him off stage. Like he's at 88. Like your down throw, AGI is out. Like you get nothing from that. He's got time to jump too. Like just pummel him back throw and just put him in off stage and ledge trap. I'm not saying this as like a heavy criticism. I'm saying this as like you just need to have better like your decisions that you make like need to make sense in the sense that like your opponent's at like almost like what about 88%, right? If you can't get anything off of like a throw combo, just send them off stage. Like pummel them a couple times and steal some of the other moves, send them off stage. Because worst case, like you can ledge trap them, right? and then you might get a kill, or you know they might work their way back in, but like they have to fight their way out of the corner. So food for thought. Nice. I like that. There we go. Okay, got on the board this game. So with this, right? I feel like you already, as soon as you grabbed the ledge, you already had a plan. You were going to neutral, get up into up tilt, right? But you need to not just like think of an idea and immediately just like keep going with it. And that's something that I've struggled with too, because it's like, oh, like this is probably what's gonna happen, but like you're reading too far, you're trying to read too far into something, right? Just neutral get up, right? And then after you neutral get up, like you can like buffer like a much less committal option, or you can just like move or just kind of stand there, right? Just kind of based on what your opponent's doing. But you get back aired there for that up tilt. See, like much less committal option. That might break. Yeah, that broke. Wow, that's a kill move. I didn't know. Okay, back to Hollow is good. They probably ban Hollow. Smashville. I don't know how much I like this pick. I feel like Smashville, like while it is a smaller stage and like for heavies, that's typically good because like you're already gonna survive pretty long, um, and so like dying a little early doesn't really matter too much, and like you get to kill earlier, but Core and Sword is insane. Like Pin would cover like that whole top plat. So I know that this Core isn't pinning a whole lot, but just stuff to think about. But see right there, why would you back throw? That's probably a misinput. You probably wanted to like up throw or down throw or whatever, but still, combo throw for combos at low percents, and then after, and maybe even mid percents if you have those. But like after they get to 100% where like you don't get any combos off it, pummel and send off stage. Unforge, big sword moment. There it is again, dude. Like I think instead of charging that hammer there, you should just like be like throwing out like a fair or covering roll by yourself since you have Gordo covering like neutral get up or whatever, or like be ready to like dash attack or like down tilt. Like you guys do so many other things besides just charge hammer here, and like you lose so many good interaction. Like you lose so many good like favorable positions for yourself by doing this hammer charge. So either like work on it so where you can Gordo with the hammer charge, you know how it's gonna go, or like just do something else. Like right now that's covering that. You can cover roll. You can cover jump, right? Heck, that's covering jump too, right? So and it covers jump, right? So other thing you can do is like figure out your opponent's timing of when they like to get off the ledge, and kind of base like when you should hit the hammer or whatever Gordo hits based off that. So like even if you release the hammer right here, right, and you don't get anything for it, that's fine, right? At the very least, like you have enough time to like go back to ledge trapping, but instead you get hit. So nice. I don't hate that. It just kind of sucks that D can't really cover that area very well without doing like his nair. But like, I mean, as you kind of know, maybe try Gordo again. I think you can Gordo again, like do a short Gordo. Because like otherwise you have to like fast fall nair, but nair sends him up, so it's like why would you do that? And down air is like kind of hard to hit here, so you could back here, like towards the stage. That might be something. But I think just like Gordo again, just use it to pump them, like hit them when they're down there. And it's hard for you to hit them with your fair, so. There it is. like you just keep landing, nair, and you shield. This time he tries to hit you for it or catch your landing before you can shield. You get a parry, and nothing happens because it's a corn pin. So don't blame disengaging for that one. Okay, we're back. Had to handle something real quick, and so here we go. If this will go, there we go. Yeah, this is unfortunate. Just kind of looking at it. Let's just go back. Right. So you're off stage. This happened earlier in the set, right? Like, if you get sent way up there, you really like the Gordo, and they've kind of got that downloaded for whatever reason, because that's the second time that's happened this set. And so now you're in a kind of a disadvantageous position here. But you get the good back air. And that is that louder than earlier? I don't know. Well, that's the back air I was talking about. So air dodge this time. Mix up. Get that. Good. Little two-piece. Get another up tilt. They're back on the plat. Air, back air. Go for the forward air again. Make it back from that. And then, like, you're using all of your jumps every time. Like, you'll jump from ledge, and then, like, you'll use all of your jumps, or most of them, and then you'll finally try to land with either, like, your aerial or, like, your air dodge. So be careful about that. This is that thing we were talking about earlier, right? Side, if you think they're going to reflect it back at you, just side B again. Then you up tilt them. Okay, you got a decent lead. I don't hate that setup, right? Like, you knock them to the corner, you Gordo them, but you Gordo a little short. That's okay. And then they just nair. As you're gonna do something else, they just nair. Yeah, you can just IB again if you want, or you can, like, stay grounded. I don't know if that would have helped you, but that's crazy that that beats that out. Sick air dodge. Like, I'm genuinely impressed that you knew that would go that way. Unfortunate. So, at 31, you probably have something at 30, right? Off a grab. I mean, it's not terrible. At least you got a grab, but still. Optimize those. Every time you win you win neutral, you should have it, like, optimized, is, like, in my school thought. So that way you get the most you maximize how much damage you do, or maximize stage positioning, or both. So there we go. That's what I'm talking about. Good. Iframes suck. Pivot grab. I don't know if you wanted that pivot grab. You might be dead. You're still alive. They reflect the Gordo back. They really want to pin you. They commit really hot. That's a lot of spaghetti right there. That might be dead. You're not dead yet. They oh, worst inhale ever, dude. You're still alive because they can't kill you with their up throw at that percent, and they didn't throw you off stage. They're really mashing. You did that for whatever reason. That's stale, so you're still alive in spite of everything. Oh, this was sad. This was your chance, right? You go to right there, and then instead of like waiting and recognizing that your opponent is gonna regrab here, right? Let's see. Let's go back for a second. So you Gordo, right? And so you're super hard committed to just like, I'm gonna cover the roll after I did this up tilt to cover jump, right? Or neutral get up or whatever around my Gordo. But like Gordo's got you covered here. Right? Like right there, you're really the only covering roll, right? They go for like some like drop down from ledge stuff, right? So up tilting here is fine, right? Because you that would cover roll. But now, right here, you should realize that they just used all their tools to get off of ledge, and now they have to regrab. Right here, this is when you dash attack, right? Or you jump up, go for a down air spike, right? Or like a like dash attack, down tilt, down air, like whatever. Like if they're gonna regrab, you should punish that every time. That is like the freest punish in this game. Like that almost always will net you a kill, right? If they're like at 50%, 40%, sometimes even if you have a really good spike, like if you're Kazuya, you might be able to kill people at 20 with like your down smash, right? Like ledge regrabs are like you should punish it every time. Okay, they're finally starting to slow down, right? After you guys have been playing this very mashy back and forth. And you were still pressing buttons a lot, and then you got grabbed because he waited for you to mess up. You rolled, yoink, or I think, like, let's see, let me double check that got that right. You back aired his shield unsafely, and then yeet. So that's gonna be it for that. I'll have to like splice these parts together. But I really don't think that the idea of I should have been grabbing more is exactly the right thing. I think what happened is that a lot of times you would win neutral, and you would have you just wouldn't get very much off of winning your neutral. And think of it like Kazuya or Steve, right? Those characters get a insane amount off of winning neutral. Like they always will get 40-50%, if not more, and if not a stock, right? Like those characters explode you. And so now we're kind of getting to the point ultimate where it's like you should have your character optimized to a point where after you win neutral, like you get the most out of it. Like let's say like uh it might not necessarily be your combo starter for like your max percent combo, but like let's say that you forward air somebody, you should know exactly what kind of follow ups you can get off of that forward air and kind of like what percent you should go for something else. I get it, you kind of swapped to this character a lot more recently. It's not like you've been playing them for years, but go to the training room, go like and or like think about the game and kind of really theory craft these things out because maximizing your damage output is really key for making it to where your bad character only has to win neutral. Like you shave off a couple times that your bad character has to win neutral. So like instead of having to win neutral like 10 times, maybe it's only 7 or 6, right? That's a huge difference. Because we're not like Kazuya and Steve who just have to win neutral once or twice and they kill you. Um, so there's that food for thought. Other food for thought, disadvantage is kind of rough, right? And I kind of pointed out a lot where it's like, why do you like whiff and shield? Or why do you jump from ledge a lot? And then why do you jump from ledge and then use all your jumps and then land with like an aerial, right? All those things go lose to waiting. And there are some times where your opponent does not wait, and so you win. And there's a lot of times where your opponent waits and then you lose, right? So these are things that you have to kind of take into consideration. Is like maybe the reasons why you lost weren't necessarily what you were doing in neutral, but more what you how your advantage state went, and then also how you played while you were in the corner or in disadvantage. So that's gonna kind of be it for me. Sorry if this isn't necessarily the most well put together VOD review ever, but I've went ahead, I got it done. So I hope you get something from this. If you have any questions, just let me know. And yeah, that's gonna be about it. See ya.